Let's talk rugby. Well, player to captain to director of rugby. You've completed the set. You must be excited.
I don't think I've completed my life in rugby quite yet, but I am on that journey, aren't I? Player to captain to coach, probably in a similar sense to the many hats that Diamond wore whilst my predecessor whilst he was at the club. But yeah, look, I am chuffed to bits and flattered to be coming home.
How much did it being Sale make it an easier decision to say, yeah, thank you very much, Saracens, but this is a new departure?
Yeah, like I'm going to repeat again. Easier in some ways, and it was a motivating factor, but it's way down the list in terms of my reasons for making the move and taking the opportunity. I mean, it's easy because you're moving back to a place that I knew 17 years ago, but it was 17 years ago. It was a different life. So I'm under no illusions that it's going to be the same, and I'm not the same. So I'm looking forward to creating a new home in an old place.
How nice is it? Is that the situation normally when you change coaches, you're kind of inheriting a mess, but you're not inheriting a mess. You're inheriting a platform and a proper framework.
Tell me about it. That's why I'm smiling. I mean the potential of the club, not just the talent they have on the field, which is obvious to everyone, but in the coaching department as well. You know, I've just spoke to them all over the course of today, really. And Paul Deacon, aside from being a brilliant human being, very modest human being, is a supremely excellent technical coach, bringing all that knowledge from rugby league, as you know. Mike Forshaw had the best the best defence, better than the Wolfpack last year, and known for its physicality. And you know, Nobby Dorian West, I guess, his expertise, experience speaks for itself for his time at Northampton. So I'm coming into an already well-established, as you said, coaching structure, and it's not for me to take down, tear down, or impose any of my own philosophies from the off. I just want to add. I want to add to them, to what they've already built.
You're also inheriting a hell of an academy as well when you look at that kind of squad that Sale have got and the players that have come through the system.
It's got a really good catchment area. I have to say that because I'm from that area myself. You know, maybe you could delve into Leeds. I don't know how legal that is with all the academies and stuff moving forward. But yeah, we've got some really good young lads, and I know this because Nick Kennedy told me when the news came out that we were looking to sign some of their academy players and my academy players. So the likes of Tom Curtis and Rafi the scrum half, Roebuck, have you seen last week? And Hartbury, the prop. We've got some good young lads coming through, and it's certainly something that I know we want to strengthen and utilise more in developing our own at Sale. I spoke to Sid Sutton about that, so that's something in the long term for me to have some input into that moving forward. Yeah.
The CEO, Sid, also said, he's talking about a brand of rugby. I mean, what is the kind of brand of rugby under yourself, and what are the ambitions? I know it's not even day one yet, but
no, yeah, and I actually. I need to get my feet under the table and understand the processes and the vision of the other coaches there. Like I say, it's not for me to come in and say we're doing it this way. It's a collaboration. I've told them that already. So I can't give you the official answer on that until I've sat down with them. I have done my own analysis, obviously, over the last 3 or 4 games, where they haven't been at the best, and I think players and coaches alike know that. But they've got the raw materials there. They've got the raw talent, as I say, as well as some of the technical expertise on the coaching side to really kick on. Obviously, what is obvious is the sheer size of the boys. Like, they're a massive squad, and in a collision game as it's going nowadays, if you want to play any type of expansive rugby, free flow and entertaining rugby, you've got to win the collisions first. So fortunately for them and for me, we're both on the same page in that sense. Like, we both understand the importance of physical dominance. So I'm not going in there trying to preach or would be preaching something that they're not already on the same page as.
And part of that dominance is South African. I think 11 players. I read a piece with Brendan Venter, probably written by one of the guys on the call, that says how the South Africans tick. You can appreciate what they do and how they go about their business.
Yeah, Brendan Venter. He's always got nice things to say about me. I wouldn't say I'm some kind of cultural expert on an Afrikaan or South African mannerisms. But I think in any sense, in any sport, as long as you're honest, you're willing to listen. You're polite in many ways. The people will take you as you find you, and that's all I want this new group to do, as I will them. Just take me as they find me. Maybe not one from what they've seen on the pitch side stuff, or even in the studio, but the person, not necessarily the coach. And that's how I'm gonna go in there and see how they are, see who they are, what makes them tick, and then we'll go from there.
Just a quick couple more from me. You mentioned Steve Diamond. I mean, clearly a legend at Sale, but I mean, his role was from washing the plates to discussing contracts to picking a team. Is your role kind of more set out, and also, just pay tribute to the legend whose kind of feet you're stepping into?
Oh, geez, I haven't got a bad word to say about Steve Diamond, because he's only ever done good things by me. He was the first person to sign me up at Sale when I was in school at Kirkham when I was 16, 17. He then took me to Saracens, and he gave me my first break in coaching, actually, when I got injured at Saracens. So I wouldn't be here right now if it wasn't for that man. And it's obvious to see how much he's built and the contribution he's had there at Sale. I spoke to him this morning. He's in Dubai drinking pina coladas, the lucky sod. And he rang me up pretty much to wish me well, which meant a lot, because I'd hate to think that I was jumping in an open grave, and that's not the case. I'm not going to go and tear down anything that he's built. I'm just going to add to it.
And a final one from me. I mean, it's a circuit break at the moment. It's ideal timing in terms of you getting to know kind of the players and the place. But do you think Leicester will be the first game, or we're going to see this kind of extended, do you think, Alex?
Oh, fingers crossed it's Leicester. I'd love to face both across the touchline. And it's exciting, isn't it? I really think that Exeter getting beat, and I wouldn't wish that on anyone, even my formerest, oldest enemy. It's a tough place to be when you're getting beat, but it's shaking up the Premiership. It really has. And so this little bit of a break, and how we all deal with this, how we all deal with the restrictions that are placed on us, it's going to be interesting, because it opens it up. Old routines are out the window, and for the team, the organisation that is willing to maybe think outside the box a little bit and make the most of what is a bad situation, you could just see some teams hitting some form and other teams maybe losing that form that they've had at the start of the season.
Alex, welcome back. Thank you ever so much. Nice to meet you as well.
Oh,